there's even more to say about these last 2 episodes, part 3 and Secrets Revealed. More to say about the part 3 of the reunion, which we recorded earlier. And then right after that, we're going to do the Secrets Revealed, which I'm using secrets real loosely here. Part 3, season 4 reunion. And listen, for the rest of this time that we're recording, we're going to put $1 in a jar every time somebody says, just take accountability. It's also fresh on my mind, too, from the Summer House reunion, because a lot of people are screaming at Amanda, who is just dead-eyed from the benzos and the beta blockers. It's like a Bravo trope that just never went away. So,
well, if they didn't do it, then what would the Mormon housewives talk about? What would mom talk be if it wasn't for accountability?
I was about to say, mom talk would never survive it.
I can't believe I can pull out a mom talk reference.
I mean, listen, I have some mom talk for the hot guys. When we do our mega mini crossover, I've got some hot goss for mom talk. So stay with me. All right, well,
Dr. Sunday, lead us to the end of this trilogy.
Here's where they get into the nitty gritty of the sex tape. And is this the third reunion in a row that we've had to talk about sex tape stuff?
I don't know if it's made it on every reunion. Yeah.
Well, we talk about in season 2 reunion and season 3 reunion. I mean, it is let's put it to bed, right? But now we get even more details that Lisa did this whole thing, quote, behind Stassi's back, did not get the video of it, which how is that possible in this day and age? But whatever. Did not have him sign an NDA, did not have him sign anything. Yes. You in the front.
I did some digging here too. Ken apparently did the reason they did it behind Stassi's back supposedly is because he came to them first. This is what's going to happen. He was kind of telling her and he was letting them know that this is what's going to happen. Probably because he knows if something that affects somebody at their restaurant gets pissed off, then, big pockets on the Todd and Vanderpump family can come after little old Frank. So he went to them directly. And supposedly Ken took care of it, made sure it was a race. So there wasn't a need for a contract. There wasn't a need for all that. If it was only $900 and it probably would have been out somewhere. So all the stuff that Stassi's talking about, I get the deep feelings of it. This is a horrible situation. I am not in any way making light, but I think I do believe it was taken care of, or Lisa at least believes it was.
There needed to be at minimum a non-disclosure, some kind of something there.
I'm not saying there didn't. I'm saying I do think it was taken care of is all.
But I think what's happening is she's feeling so out of control. It must be really, really disorienting to have this thing out in the public. And so for Lisa to take care of it without her having any input, I think that's what she's reacting to. I don't know. I don't think Stassi's reaction is outsized. And
I say sure.
It's not proportional. Yeah.
Even as we're watching it, I'm like, I get the wanting to be a contract. Absolutely. I think Lisa could have handled it much better. I believe Kristen even tells Lisa to shut up.
Lisa gets a little ruffled, right? She doesn't really have a real explanation for it. Very unusual to see Lisa kind of at a loss for how to handle a situation. She's always very glib, always very glossy. And I think this really caught her on her heels a little bit.
Andy moves on pretty quick. We didn't really get to the bottom of it, even though this is the 11th time we've brought it up, and we just move on.
But if you were Andy, what follow-up questions would you have asked of Lisa and Stassi to try to put a bow on it and put it to bed?
Lisa, how would you, if you're a young woman in this situation, what would make you feel more comfortable? How does that make you feel? And that's the only way,
What more do you need from them so we can never fucking talk about it again, ma'am?
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you want to talk about rim jobs then?
Okay. James is disgusting. And the fact that he can't even answer any of these questions when put on the spot, I just do not. The more he talks, the worse it gets.
Why are we not madder at Faith? Faith is the real culprit here. Lala obviously told her something in confidence, something very private, and Faith then repeated it to the worst person, the worst demon in Dante's hell, Faith told. And then that demon went on TV and embarrassed this man beyond, measure. So why are we not madder at Faith?
We don't
And
know that Lala and Faith haven't talked about it, though. We don't know that they
I need some
haven't.
vindication for it, though, because I'm like, what the fuck?
It's one thing to tell, because she's messing around with Max at the time, right? It's one thing to tell the dude you're hooking up with and his friend, who is a real shitty douchebag, horrible person.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And the chances of Lala confronting Faith about that, I say pretty high. Nowhere close, not even in the same fucking stratosphere as James talking about it to his boss, which would be bad enough, and is also her boss, that it's on camera and broadcast to the world for eternity. So we're going to focus on that piece of shit here.
I will say about Ariana, though, she does sort of validate Lala. She's like, listen, man, it's not weird what you did. Fine, do that. And then that's when Lisa turns to Andy and was like, I don't lick Ken's butthole.
Well, me and the Crypt Keeper don't lick each other's buttholes. Like, no one asked. No one asked about that at all. Like,
she is not doing herself any favors. But I like how everybody sort of rallied around about this. Is like, listen, this man did not sign up for this. And Lala is deeply, deeply affected by this. She cries. They're not talking anymore. And, but yet not so mad that her and James aren't friends.
No, I want a much bigger pile on James, and it doesn't happen.
Did not go. I think they just don't take him seriously enough. If these motherfuckers don't stop telling Tom Schwartz how level-headed and reasonable he is. Stassi went to him because she knew he would be, fair. He is mushy and milquetoast.
I think people just liked him bitching out Stassi for a little while. I mean, Jack sure did. James doesn't need to be out here at this point. Like, we don't need all that. Get up. Go take his ass out of here.
Yeah, and this whole thing with Sandoval too. Sandoval is a last worder, but he's also one of those things that nothing is ever good enough. Like, you can say sorry to Sandoval 100 times, but if he's wounded, that gives him the right. So Stassi's like, listen, man, I said I was sorry. I did this, I did that, and he says, well, you would have had to do it in the first place if you didn't. Blah blah blah. That's how decisions work.
That's why I'm apologizing. I'm apologizing because I realized something bad happened.
They went to Utah for Katie's 30th birthday.
Oh, one more. Sorry.
Okay.
Stassi never questions people's motives.
Not when they're being nice to her, Jeff.
Sherlock Stassi over here never questions people's motives.
Yeah.
Priceless. Let's just seal that up and get to the unsexiest 30th birthday party of all time in Utah.
Onesies and Utah. I mean, listen, Katie and them were mom talk. They were doing Utah ladies before that was cool, right? So they go back to talk about the whole thing with Richardson. And listen, I'm going to tell you what. His plug must have been cutting his cocaine with fucking audacity, because where does this man find it? All of this is just going straight to his brain.
You've known that person, though, that all of a sudden has a few drinks and they just become a completely different person that is also super aggro and tells everybody to fuck off. I've worked with tons of people who are just a quiet, normal little guy. You get a certain amount of drinks in them, a certain amount of whiskey, and it doesn't even have to be drugs you're cutting up or anything like that. Just booze. And, young men, testosterone, whatever the fuck, it's idiocy also. I mean, I don't know where it comes from, but it does happen with people. And he has it tenfold, but man, the stuff with Richardson is just so funny. And the people on stage that are watching it having the reaction like I did you say I'm James Kennedy? You're beneath me. I'm James Kennedy.
Sandoval serves up a double scoop of shade because he was like, Kristen, you know what you did. You know what you're doing. James is delicate. He has this tiny little fuse.
Oh,
and that is shady a little bit. That is, nobody's calling the most masculine man they know delicate with a tiny little fuse. That.
I mean, I think he's being nice instead of Kristen, don't fuck all around with this. I think that's almost a compliment from Sandoval to Kristen. Don't go jumping down here for this.
Yeah.
It's what good thing was going to come of that anyway? She's hammered with another guy, rolls into the place where she knows he's working and is probably going to be drunk.
She does know
What
what she's
good?
doing.
Well, I know she knows what she's doing, but what good productive thing is coming of that? That's just starting shit. That's all that is. And
So,
Jax jumps in with like, I've been suspended once in 6 years.
yeah. And also Ariana doing her little sniper shit, because like this is where Kristen's like, oh my god, James makes my skin crawl, and Ariana mutters under her breath, welcome to our world. What? Like, shut up. You're not above it, you dumb bitch. But I'm gonna get to her in a minute. But yes,
Here it comes. Yeah.
Ariana takes sketch comedy very seriously, and
Yep.
she doubles down in this. And listen, I know that we get Schwartz for not having Katie's back. I'm going to get Sandoval for having Ariana's back unilaterally. He knows that she's wrong. He knows that she was being a dumb bitch about this. Like,
Yes.
but he still cannot. He still like rides for her. So I guess okay, great. And it's dig after dig for Kristen. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I guess you're funny, but you're also psychotic. You know, and Jax makes a joke. He's like, listen, she's just up there for a minute. It's not like he's like Showtime at the Apollo. I was like,
I love that he
okay.
mentions the Apollo. That is great. She makes Ariana, like a lot of people, like James is doing also, like the more she's talking, it's making less of a case. She's more just explaining like, this was stupid of me to say, like, she had no classes and like, I wouldn't get a camera and call myself a photographer. Like, well, if you get a camera and take pictures and people do stuff with it, then you're a photographer. That's how that, like, that's a horrible analogy. Also, you're being super fucking boring right now. Like, please change your tone of voice one time. And while you're doing all this, like, oh, okay, well, I'll admit she does comedy, but like, if she does comedy in front of 50 people, do 50 people think she's brilliant? That's not what comedy is. Like,
And
I
good for
mean,
Kristen. Kristen's like, yeah, she fucking does. And Andy chuckles at that too. But
what is like, do 50 out of 50 people think you're brilliant? If not, then you don't do comedy. That doesn't define any of that.
arbitrary.
Like I said the other day, like, can you imagine Amy Poehler talking about somebody else doing sketch in this way? Can you imagine some genius stand-up talking about people in this way when they're getting up for the first time? Like, fuck off. You're on a show to try and get yourself famous, and you're unhappy with your station in life, so you're fucking unleashing it on everybody else.
She's very bitter that Rachel got airtime. This is my diagnosis. So incoming, whoop, 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 incoming diagnosis. Okay. So Ariana's defensiveness and her insecurity is like born, or maybe her self-importance is born out of this defensiveness and insecurity, right? Like how she just acts so above it is just like a front. Her lack of humility is so off-putting. Like, has she ever said, I'm sorry for anything? I can't think of one time in which Ariana was like, hey man, my bad. That sucks. I shouldn't have done that. Her worldview is just contempt, right? Like everything, she meets the world with criticism and superiority.
But a year ago, it wasn't.
I mean, I think she was working up, and that's what I'm saying. She needs to be diagnosed. I think for real, like all jokes aside, I think she is going through something because psychologically she's judging in them what she hates the most about herself, right? And so then I got to thinking, why am I having this reaction to her? Like, why am I just reacting so much to this version of her? And I think it boils down to a few things, probably because I am who I am, but I really, really despise pretension. And she acts so pretentious, and that she is wanting to call someone out on what they're doing, but is never really looking inward. And there's no congruency in her behavior, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, Sheena, you're like the worst friend ever. Okay, fine. That could be true, like you said earlier, but you're also kind of a shitty friend. Huh? Yeah. You're also like, you need to look at yourself, and like, she's not doing that in any way, shape, or form. And that's what really just sort of pushes me to the edge with her. It's like, girl, like, again, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah. Like, if not for this whole sketch comedy thing, I mean, I'm way more on Ariana's side on this whole stuff. This just goes, way off for me.
Somebody was like, Stassi, where's your YouTube video?
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Well, that's what's pissing her off, right? She's not
yeah,
getting roles. She's not filling up
exactly.
rooms doing her own stand up, and she's pissed off about it, even
Um,
though she's paying the bills because she's on this show.
and Kristen, her go-to is like, Rachel despises you. And then this is where Ariana does pull out a joke that Andy thought was hilarious. And this is also a little bit because of the past, because somebody would be fucking canceled in 2026 for saying, oh yeah, I'm so sad about Rachel despising me. That's like a Trump supporter despising me. And Andy chuckles like, oh, ha, 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 ha. That's so funny. And that's because of the past.
Why? Because she would love a Trump supporter being behind her now?
No. Because if she had said that on a show now, she would have been canceled. They would have removed her. She would have been reprimanded. There would have been a lot of blowback because there's not as much room in our contemporary culture to be as critical of that particular administration
No.
as there
Yeah.
was
Well,
back
he wasn't
then.
even. Yeah. It wasn't
Right.
even. It hadn't even begun yet. What a
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, I know. What a time to be alive back then. But Ariana was a little bit more emboldened because the oppressive nature of our censorship was not upon us back then. But she's begrudging.
Way to go from talking about somebody real upset about stuff and really just throw a fucking dump on that fight.
But you know, in line with that, she's just real begrudging. And you know how I feel about folks who be yucking other people's yum. Just stay in your lane, you know? And Jeff, she can comment on anything she fucking wants to. Ugh.
She can. You can go up and do 5-minute sets and do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it if you want.
And Kristen can react in kind. You are not special. You're not special. Sorry, I know you want to think you are, but you ain't. Okay? And then we got some Jackson Peter making out. I mean, talking. And, you know, Jack, they really are bearing down on this really like sentimental moment that.
No, it's fun. Jack's getting actually emotional after being such a dick all the time. Is
They
worth
showed like
mentioning,
3 or
I
4
think.
scenes from it though. Like they are really, really like dining out on Jack's having a vulnerable
Well, you
moment.
have to, because it's not the same fucking person. Like, they show him getting all emotional, but then they show him that he has just ratted out Tom and Ariana's bullshit, you know, with Kristen.
Yeah.
And then he's saying, like, well, I'm not a malicious person. It's Jax. It's a different thing every single time. So you have to show them all because he's a different person in 3 different 30s. I mean, he
you're
turns to
definitely
this
right.
person. This other person shows up. He says another thing. Another person shows up to the party, says one thing. It shows him here at the reunion. It's like, but I'm not malicious. Those are just some malicious things I was doing. Like, I'm not a criminal. I just participate in a bunch of criminal behavior.
Do you think Jax is a malicious person?
Right now, in what I've seen, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might be too dumb to be malicious. Like malice indicates some kind of calculation.
Fuck no, he knows exactly that this stuff's being recorded and put on air. He doesn't give a fuck about Brittany coming out here. Doesn't give a fuck about her feelings. He wants to get in Lala's pants.
I know, but that's more like id situation
Malicious.
than ego. Like I think that he is really just sort of like powered by his primitive, his lizard brain. I don't know if he is filtering through that any sort of like higher.
He solves things with his fists. All right.
He does indeed.
He told the woman that just moved in with him he would rather be in jail than spend time with her.
He needs some peace and quiet. Then it moves into
it's getting there.
Sandoval and Katie kind of have words too where, you know, Ariana's like, everything I say is like thrown back in my face. And, you know, Sandoval doesn't understand why you have to go back and tattle. Like, why can't, you know, you just always like trying to use it as leverage. And Katie's like, hey man, have you ever thought that maybe we're reacting to the shit you're saying and doing, and we're not just like trying to get at you because you say shitty things and do shitty things? And he's like, what? No. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like they just talk about this in the same thing, kind of boring. And then like Katie's remark on Ariana pretending to have fun around everybody. Like,
that's just,
yep, that
so
got
dramatic.
to you. We know that. And like, you know, but then Tequila Katie time comes around.
But the thing is though, Tom Sandoval's whataboutisms are wild.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are we sure he's not a Trump supporter right here? Like, because his whataboutisms is just, well, I know we're talking about me, but what about that thing you did a year ago? Oh, that's not what
You
we're
want to talk
doing.
about who just voted for Spencer Pratt? If he's a Trump supporter,
I
you're
mean,
leaning a certain
yes,
way.
him and Jax are both Spencer Pratt supporters. And if you listen, I'll just detour really quick. If you had asked me 2 years ago if I thought Spencer Pratt would come out as a conservative candidate, I would have been like, no way. I mean, but you know what? Shows you what I know. Shows what I know.
Wait, what about it? Why?
I don't know, because I watched him on Laguna Beach. I watched him
Uh-huh.
on The Heels, and he just
Uh-huh.
seemed like he was more LA than what I perceive him to be right now. It just didn't seem like, I don't know. I mean, maybe.
So a lot of people from those areas you think are not conservative?
Well, I think his OC-ness, like I think it was the OC-ness that really got to him. But I just was surprised. I just didn't expect it. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm naive.
I don't think he's smart, so I don't know.
Nobody's suggesting he is, dear. Like that might be requisite these days for running for office. You might have to be dumb. Yes, Tequila Katie. Sorry, I derailed us a little bit.
No.
Tom always couches his disrespect as the voice of reason. I swear to God, I'm about to fucking get him to right now. Like, this fucking voice of reason shit is just cowardly conflict avoidance. It's disguised as objectivity because he doesn't have the nuts to stand up to whatever. So he takes both sides and he tries to this. And most of the time, he takes a side against Katie because he knows that she's going to be there. And he is so emotionally detached from her that he feels safe taking sides against her. Like, he doesn't give a shit about her. He wants to appear rational. Meanwhile, Katie's having like real legit emotions, probably fueled and amped up by her tequila-ness. But when he gets to pretend and cosplay rational, that means he doesn't have to acknowledge any complicated feelings, right? Like, he doesn't have to like sort through what he's feeling or even like get into the complexity of a human experience. He saves his support for everybody else and then just dumps his skepticism on Katie. And him
he gets Ariana's back, no problem. Calls his fiance a scumbag. So
yeah. And saying things like, yeah, you know, like he's saying it in a bad way. Katie's feelings trump everything. Yeah, motherfucker. They do. Like, that's about to be your wife. Like, if your wife is upset, that is priority.
Yeah. And Katie just wants to say the meanest thing she can to him. Like, well, then maybe, maybe that should tell you something.
I don't condone it, but I do get the frustration of Katie because she cannot penetrate this particular like calmness. I bet.
No, I get her. I get her being upset. Absolutely.
And I bet like Katie is like screaming and hollering and stomping around and slamming doors, and he never raises his voice. He always says this. So that way it makes it about her reaction, even though he's done something to her that she's the crazy one. She's the nutty one. And he's just like, and I used to have an ex like this. You're the only one yelling.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one getting upset. That is some real gaslighting shit. Like, yeah, I mean, I want to put him in a pillowcase and chuck him in the fucking river. I am done with Tom Schwartz.
We do, when he does bring up the topless photo, they were showing the clown collars running around with it.
Some unseen footage.
Is what they were doing at Sheena's, which was later that night. You were wondering what they were doing to those framed pictures at Sheena, and I was like, they're probably talking about what they were doing to Lisa's picture at the thing earlier. Boom. I think confirmed right there.
Always pantomiming homoerotica. Like, yes, I know that y'all all want to sit around and jack off with your friends in a circle. Like, just go be gay. God, it's 2020. Well, it's 2016. Y'all go be gay. Nobody cares.
So you want to talk about Tom and Ariana some more?
Oh God, there's another one I'm gonna toss in the river. Ariana says this fucking snooty shit. Listen, I'll have individual relationships with you, but it's like this group think situation I'm just not into. Get off the show. Why are you here? You're so cool. You're so fucking Enneagram 4. You're so special. Get the fuck on. Nobody is tolerating your superiority, ma'am. No, I'm over it. And then they talk about Jax being possessive. Jax is not, yes, okay. So Jax is being possessive, okay?
Yeah.
But I bet it's like a tug of war. So Ariana is like, no, stay home with me. They're so stupid and dumb and crazy and they want to go out and all I want to do is sit around and be cool. And Jax is like, hey man, remember when we used to be friends? We could go out and be cool. And so Sandoval is like being pulled and Ariana is just like, I don't know, too depressed or too whatever she is. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. These two.
No, the main part of it is just like Jax needs to chill out. He saw Tom was super happy and he keeps like shitting on their relationship rather than recognizing that his buddy was happy and he's happy talking about his band stuff and he's got to let him have that. You know, he wants to do his like develop your own stuff and all. That's what I get mainly on this because like he's getting defensive when Tom wants to like go do his own thing, but like you're at that, and I don't really care what age you are, like let your buddy go do your own thing. You're not going to be involved with everything because you aren't involving him with every single thing you do. I guarantee you.
Well, do I believe that Tom gets hyper fixated on something and just like goes headlong into it? Yes, I absolutely do. Do I believe in yucking somebody's yum? No, I don't. Right. And I believe Jax, like you were saying, is feeling a little bit left behind. But, you know, he's the number one guy in the group. So
he apologized for it, though.
Yeah, but on the inside, he still believes he's the number one guy in the group, right? Like he's not, he doesn't really believe that what he did was wrong, but they do mention how fucked up he was. Palm Springs, this is where there's a lot of talk about accountability. Ooh. Accountable. You got to be accountable. Stassi, you got to be accountable. Sheena, you got to be accountable. Everybody's got to be accountable. Let's all be accountable. We're all going to be accountable. And Andy calls out Sheena's immediate jealousy. Be like, hey man, Sheena, what's up? Why are you all of a sudden so bad?
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing was weird. I thought like Katie turning him down to go on the trip, like, but surprises him to get a genuine reaction. That's very weird.
Yeah.
Katie, of course, happy to say she was a really amazing friend. They love saying how good of friends they are. Stassi, you know, when we do those flashbacks, we've talked about Stassi and some other people being kind of like Pennywise. This is where Katie's kind of Pennywise moment. Like Stassi is really pouring it out on the couch, like bent over, crying. Katie's just doing that sit back thing with her little scarf on, just enjoying it, you know. And I did not like that look on her whatsoever.
A little differently. I wrote Katie, it was magnanimous about it. Like when she walked in the door and Stassi started crying, she was like, oh, come here. Like, maybe those are two different energies. Maybe I was reacting to the initial energy and then her energy changed once they were sitting in front of each other.
I'm more in the count. I mean, I do think I think it is good she went down there. It is weird she decided to surprise her. Like, why don't we just plan on it? But anyway, that's what happened. But I just mean that moment of when she was crying and Katie was kind of just sitting back, you know, there wasn't even like an awkward, like pat her on the back, like, that's all right.
Well, it was a nice sort of like reversal of roles there, right? How many times has Katie been sitting across from Stassi? So I think, you know, Katie she deserved to kind of like mellow. I mean, sort of like, you know, take in that moment. But I guess they leave Palm Springs. Everybody's all great, good. We know the engagement party is going to happen. And then we get to talking about Carter. And Andy mentions, oh, Schwartz is so mellow about Carter. No, he's not. He's enjoying that cuck energy. I think he loves.
Oh, gross! Don't fucking. Ugh.
I think he loves the thinking about his girl getting fucked.
All I wrote about Carter was that he's really been around, and it obviously pisses James off. That's it.
Listen, I'm just saying, Schwartz is giving cuck.
Why?
All day.
Why just? I mean, I don't even know why you're breathing. And
we talk the truth here, Jeff. We've
spoken that truth already. We ain't got to talk about. I'm not saying it.
Carter is boyfriend material, not her boyfriend. So when she fucked James, it wasn't cheating.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, he's real gross about this. Then, I mean, real gross. Then,
yeah, I did a little thinking too, a little meditating on James's energy here, and. Like, especially when Andy was like, whenever he was like, well, you still took your pants off. Like, that really, like, flipped a switch in me. And I was like, why is this man getting so much joy out of being so cruel and provocative, right? Like,
Yeah.
what
And
is
why is Lala standing for it too? Like, I'm
right?
surprised that she's kind of getting his back on this. He's going into like positions and what they're doing and how bad it
Yeah.
is. Like, this is all just beating up on each other. Katie tries to kind of come to Kristen's defense. Lala goes after Katie. I'm like, we get fucking Ratchet thrown out again. I'm like, this is just turning into like
Well,
everybody just get up and Jerry Springer this shit. I don't y'all hollering at each other from
it was.
across the
And
stage.
Jax is laughing. Like, oh my
Tired.
God, this is great. But like James's moral disengagement coupled with his like contrariness and then his attention seeking, just sort of like this perfect storm of this insane aggregate that just makes everybody on edge. And Jax has no impulse control. So anytime that James turns it on him, Jax is like, I'm gonna kill you. You wait till I'm gonna see you. You got it coming. And I'm gonna punch you in your fat neck. And they're just, we don't need to know where and how James and Kristen fucked. That's none of my business.
No.
But, he uses it as a way to antagonize. And he does. Everybody gets whipped up, right? And then we're here at the engagement party. Kristen's long-winded speech. Anything here, this section we need to mention?
No, not much we didn't know. I mean, Lala comes out, like never been that drunk before, apologizes to Kristen and Katie. They both accept. I mean, that is that's an actual apology. Please take note, everybody. This is how that's done.
Exactly.
We're getting down to like where we get a little Jossie moment reflection.
Yeah, I like that too. I really like that they're making peace with each other. And, he was like, listen, if everybody can forgive me, why can't they forgive Stassi? And I would venture a guess that they have had some conversations that were not on camera. How fucking dare they? And that we didn't see to get them to this place, because obviously Brittany is like the universal connector. Everybody fucking loves Kentucky Muffin.
Why'd she go away? Like, why has Brittany gone away? Like, I got it with Shay. He was not in very much. I mean, everybody's kind of seeming like they're done. I don't know if they're just like, I'm tired of hollering at each other. Or like, it's almost winding down.
We did learn that James and Lala banged once.
They have had sex. We got to that.
And I do like, though, Stassi talking about Brittany a little bit, because, Stassi is also from the South. She's from New Orleans. And she was like, Brittany is embodying this very sweet Southern situation that I never could. And that Jax needs somebody who's really nice to him. And I just can't be that. And I thought that was really cute and put a nice little cap on what we understood their relationship to be. I really like that a lot. But
another reason she should be out there. Then James is over here texting. So Andy calls him out for that.
That's so embarrassing.
Like, why is he here?
He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, are you kidding me? Like, Andy gets like kind of mad. He's like, are you kidding me? I want to play a little bit of fuck, marry, kill with you.
Okay.
Fuck, marry, kill. Kristen, Lala, Sheena.
Oh, gosh. I think I'm going to kill Sheena, fuck Kristen, and marry Lala.
So I may just have to fuck Lala and marry Sheena. I could wife Sheena up and then, kill Kristen for sure. Put her out of all of our misery.
That's tough. It's tough with the other two. Yeah. So did you do a reunion chump or LVP?
The chump is hands down James.
Katie.
There's no situation that he's not a chump in there. And then I think the LVP is Lala.
I gave it to Katie because we know James is a chump. This other stuff, the way she's chiming in, the way she's coming after certain people, I do not care for it. She's just focusing on these other things. So I really like Katie, have liked her up until recently. It's wavering. And the lack of Brittany, this isn't my favorite outing of this group at all. They seem a little tired. They seem a little over each other. Like you said, this thing went on for maybe too long.
Well, who's your LVP, though? You can't leave us hanging.
I actually did have Andy because I didn't think I could do Lala I said Lala without her voice.
And we are at Take a Pinot Pod Ollies. We're in the big show
It's a
now.
soft, if anything, it just gives us a softer landing on the season. I felt like, we didn't
Yeah.
learn a lot that changed us. I don't know these people any differently, but like it was such a vicious way to kind of end the season. I
Yeah.
felt like this was more lighthearted, but maybe that's exactly what we needed right now. And
You
we
said
learned,
that.
there's a couple important lessons.
Yes, and you said that I don't know if it was yesterday or whenever we were talking, and it's like I wasn't putting my finger right on it. I wasn't articulating it, but that's exactly what it is. It was so contentious, and it was just so high conflict that we never really got to kind of like settle in and have the closure of it. So this did feel like they were in much better mood. They were all kind of laughing with and at each other, and I did. It was a better way. We did, however, get to see some unflattering footage of Ariana, and I want to check in with you about where you're at when we get to that pool party in a minute. But
Yeah. And
this
I'd
is
say there's one grouping to a pair that didn't get a softer landing, and we're going to get to that quick. Yeah.
yes, this is season 4, episode whatever. But we do start out with everybody high-fiving Jax because he did not impregnate a stripper on this season's trip to Vegas. So
He was not a
high
monster.
five. Right. So, the bar is so low that just not impregnating a woman is where he gets the kudos.
Uh-huh.
But there's this whole package right here, this whole little bit about how, you know what, just because we're on a diet doesn't mean we can't look at the menu. Like we're not invalids. We're not, shut-ins. We can do what we want. We're drinking. It's not our fault. Sandoval's chatting the women up. Listen, if I was standing around in that little conclave of women and this man was telling me all about his girlfriend at home, I'd be like, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
how can I exit this fucking conversation?
I mean, there's just lots more booze. There's a bunch more, guys putting their asses on each other. And the only real questionable thing I had was, sure, you're hammered. You're drinking a little bit of everything. But going beer, vodka, fireball, tequila to wine at dinner, no wonder he was wearing that same shirt the next day. Like,
Yeah, Peter really puts a bow on it. He was white girl wasted. But why are they always playing at gay? Just fuck already. This man sitting almost straight up in a chair covered in $20 bills with Jax's raw ass on his face.
uh-huh.
I mean, people pay good money on OnlyFans to see that shit nowadays. Just go do it.
They really get into Lisa about the animals. There's so many animals. She's not apologizing. Like, I don't know who's asking her to
No.
apologize.
It's eccentric, but you know what? She doesn't care. But also, Vanderpump Rules, please don't make us think that she actually gets out there and takes care of those animals. I know for a fact that woman is not washing her horses or, medicating her swans.
We get into Schwartz's little fantasy about Lisa coming down on the road while he's, trying not to poop while the donkeys are going to poop. And that gets him into like Schwartz and Katie talking about like who is a model and who is an actress. And she kind of mocks him. And then he's pretty horrible. I'm like, this is the happy couple. This is the newly engaged couple ready to get married. And this is how we're closing out the season with them. Okay.
Yes, and I really like how upset he got when she turned the tables on him. When she did the exact same thing that he did to her, he immediately stopped thinking it was funny.
During the season, though, I thought she got upset because she came to LA and like was doing commercials and did a bunch of stuff and it just wasn't happening right now. But she's like, yeah, I mean, I was in 7th grade plays. It's like, oh, well, I don't know if I have your back as much, if that's what we're talking about. This is our happy couple.
That was a bucket of cold sick right there to offer a callback to our previous things.
Which I'm sure the next scene was a bucket of cold sick for you. It's your favorite couple right here.
My question is, did we ever get a chance to see what it was for? Like, what was this photo shoot between Ariana and Sandoval? Like, they looked really good. Like, the pictures looked good. Like, was it just for them?
I mean.
Yeah. And, thank God that he's beautiful. Even though she loves him for his heart and brain and his thoughtful nature, he is fucking beautiful.
At least you get to see her happy about something.
I mean, if we had more time, we could talk about at what point did she kind of like tip all the way over into sadness Eeyore?
I don't think she did because the video shoots like episode, that's at the very end of the season, and she's real happy doing the video shoot.
But then we moved there to just like really briefly this whole spiritual crystal healer and stuff. And the only thing that I want to say about this is that Kristen and James sat across from this woman and let her say that, oh, seems like the energy here is for love is being really important. And there's a mutual respect. And you
Mm-hmm.
guys are on the same page and you're highly intuitive people. And they sat there straight faced and let this woman embarrass herself on TV, knowing we've seen what we've seen all season.
Now here's the actors.
Cruel.
Those are the actors. Those, everyone, take notes. Those are the actors right here. Yeah, James over here describing his dreams. Sounds like a real serious DMT trip. Sounded cool. And then move on. That was the only thing. That was my favorite James moment of the season, probably.
Yeah. But we don't learn about Jax's foot fetish, but I think we do understand that everybody knows about it and it is kind of common knowledge, and he is willing to tell anybody ever about it. And I do like that Andy is not a kink shamer. Lisa can't understand the idea of putting dirty feet, but Andy, no kink shaming from Andy.
No, and I mean, I don't think we hear about it as much as we do in the season or now, if it's not the stinky Converse part of it. If it's just feet, no, I mean, I think it's that next level, like the stinky part of it, and like the voraciousness of like, I want to get those things in my mouth, the Jax of it all. And also, it really is like, hey, I'm into feet. Like, okay, you're not too many people our age or, are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But like, it's exactly that I wanted her specifically to put on this one pair of shoes, walk around the block with no socks on, come back, and then I want to put those in my mouth, like, oh, okay.
And two, I don't want to split hairs about Jax's own fetish or whatever, but I don't think that he's talking about like dirty, like I walked around on the dirty ground and like I stepped in gross stuff. And like, it's like, I think it's more about like the smell and the odor, right? Like, I think that's what it is. I don't think that we're talking about
like, splitting hairs on it. That's just, I'm not going to argue with this. We're not.
Well, I'm saying everybody was just so grossed out by the idea. And I was like, well, just to let him off the hook a little bit, like maybe that would make a difference in their reaction to it. But I don't know. But it's like a fine cheese, right? Like he wants them in his mouth immediately.
No offense, fine cheese.
Yeah. Speaking of wine and cheese.
Yeah.
We talk a little bit about Sheena's approach to drinking. We've really talked this to death. But I think the moment of this scene, what we want to talk about is when she's like, I just didn't want anybody to think that we're not perfect. And Sheena's mom's like, nobody thinks you're perfect.
Nobody thinks that.
Yes, they do. They said it yesterday.
She said in front of all of them, like halfway through the season, it's like, I know everybody thinks we're perfect. And like, everyone is like, no, we don't think that. And then there's other people like they were about to break up. No one is putting this out there just because you have 900 pictures of your wedding still. Like, doesn't mean that. But like, she's like, I don't know what the thing is, about like whether someone's drinking too much or not. And she pours a half gallon of wine and plops a straw in it. And I was like, I'm not calling anybody. I didn't intend to call anybody out on this, but like, it seemed that was just an interesting thing.
It's editing too. Like the editors are absolutely like constructing this package to make it a little hypocritical on her part and to make her,
yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, you are more of a Sheena expert than I am, but when she sees this back, I really hope that she could understand the absurdity of the stance that she took, because she didn't even really back off of it in the reunion. She even was like, well, I've never experienced this, situation. So I can't really tell. I did the best I could. I'm hoping now, seeing the juxtaposition of her talking about, I just don't want him to get drunk, and then glug, 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 just take a shot, Mom. Like, I hope that she can connect the dots.
They are getting together to talk about what they're going to say to Shay about his drinking and drug use. So, like, let's pour some drinks is a choice to be the first thing you do. I'm not saying you can't, whatever. It's a whole, that we'll get into splitting hairs, but.
Yeah, but, she's never, this is another thing too, which is sort of like classic Sheena. It's like, I don't have this battle. I don't know it and I don't understand it, so I can't help you with it.
Just drink your way
And I
through it
can't,
then. Don't look
yeah,
into
I
it. Don't
can't,
go get yourself a brochure. Just
yeah, exactly. Like, I can't help you because it's not, it's never happened to me. So it's not really real. And so I can't really like deal with it. So, like, yeah. And I think that's a really Sheena way to think about something. Like, lots of people can help people who have never experienced it, right? Like, anyway.
yeah.
But
Kristen has
Sheena's,
upset Ariana. Ariana is telling Sheena that it's like, well, Kristen didn't upset me. So just because,
well,
that's a very similar.
well, maybe she learned it by watching Lisa Vanderpump, because Lisa Vanderpump literally was like, well, I mean, Jackson's never been bad to me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's impregnating strippers and whatnot. But I did you a little bit of a solid here in this next package, and I wrote down every one of Jax's idioms or
Uh-huh.
metaphors or common phrases that he has fucked up. And that's so funny because you have made mention of it and we didn't even see it all, right? Like, we didn't even see all of the shit that he fucked up. And even then, we are making note of how fucked up it is. So he cannot tell the difference between Sweden, Switzerland, neutrality. So Sweden, whatever, it's the same. They're close enough. But he referred to a man burying his own bridge or
Mm-hmm.
something. I think he means burning his own bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. He's the butt of all jokes. What is
That one
he?
surprised
What
me.
phrases are,
But
what phrases is
the
he
butt of the
mixing up
joke.
here? Butt of the jokes, and he's taking the brunt of the teasing, is what I think
No, that's
he's
given. I think he just knows the word bunt and yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's mixing up those two ideas. He's the butt of the joke, and he bears the brunt of the joke. So he mixes
But he
them up.
said
He does
bunt.
know the word
Yeah.
cumulative. He
Mm-hmm.
does know the word. And then 2 birds with 13 stones. He just made that one up. That's not even easily conflated. And then
Well, you said very early on, he was like, you were like, why does he think this thing about Schwartz's sayings? It's like, here you go with your sayings again. And I was like, I think he doesn't know how to use sayings properly. And we have seen it, like, I think he just doesn't understand metaphors. And here we are 3 years
yeah.
later doing it. And in the last season, or the last time we got together to do Secrets Revealed, we were talking about Jackson's apology. And he's like, well, for what it's worth, da da da. And we were like, I don't think he knows for what it's worth means. 1 year
Yeah.
later, here we are with a whole package dealing with it.
Still more though. I'm not done. He puts his pants on 2 feet at a time. He and I guess whoever he's talking about are like the monogils and the capulets.
Yeah, but
That's no
I was
skin off my back.
props for that Shakespeare reference, though. I mean, he was getting close on that. I
Yeah.
was going to give him that a little bit.
And he grappled around in the dark for cumulative and came right up with it. So,
Yeah.
that's good. So I just thought that was fun. I thought puts his pants on 2 feet at a time. It was my personal favorite. But, the bunt of all jokes is also right up there.
I like that he was really into it. Like, oh, did I say 2 feet at a time? Like, oh, so close. I was so close, like,
Close.
I know, buddy.
And then we get this whole little bit about Krista being a serial dater, which they led into it with her talking about a serial dater. We only saw the one person though. We just talked about Alex, who she didn't even fuck, and Stassi is
Well,
very
hadn't until
surprised
that point.
because
Yeah.
right,
We don't, right.
but he's nice to her, and that's just a really big deal because she typically does not pick men who are nice or into her in that way. So we got that, but then let me move on. I had to swap up my notebooks here. Ran out of room in that one. And then we get Jax's fucking tattoo. Now, I love a tattoo. I'm in support of all tattoos in every way. But when you saw that he got Tom and what was your reaction when you saw the finished product of it?
So I saw this morning because I'm done with season 4. So Jeff's allowed to look up stuff on the internet about season
That's
4.
right.
And this was like the second image that popped up. And I was like, I cannot wait to show this. I thought it was going to be like a little BTS that I found. And then it was on that. I didn't like Tom and I, what was my, like, what is, I didn't really I didn't really understand what he was going for, I guess, and I think their reaction kind of said it all. Like, man, that seems like a nice gesture. I don't know how to react.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's the lowercase I that got me.
Yeah. It's
it aesthetically, it's just very strange. But like he didn't put lowercase t's on the toms,
no.
and it was just so weird. And typically, we're always looking for a tattoo to be symbolic in a way that blah 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 blah. But it was so quickly decided upon. They didn't even workshop it. The guy was like, Tom and I. He's like, well, there's two Toms. He's like, oh, okay, Tom and I. Like,
He's like,
you
I
don't
think
want to
that would
just
be
bounce
funny.
it off
It's like,
a
yep.
little bit, and the lowercase I is just so egregious. And it's not even a grammar thing. It's just aesthetically, it looks weird. It's incongruent. There's not a lot of parallel. It's just, I don't know. And then Brittany standing there fully in her camo tank and
Oh,
gladiator
I had
sandals.
way more on that about the bedazzled camo top is really what I wanted to talk about. Like, Jax gets a silly tattoo. Sure. What's going on with this over here, though?
That's some because the past shit right there. But this is a tattoo that I would have, like, in this vein, I would get tattoos for my friends more so than I would for my partner. Cause like Tom said later, Sandoval was like, you jinxed it, man.
That's a jinx.
And he did.
Yeah.
And he did. Yeah.
I would love to have the conversation film, though, that Tom and Tom have later on. Like, when Jax leaves the bouncy castle and they're like, so, I mean, he has our name on him. Like, it's endearing and frightening.
Yeah.
It is a
Well,
little...
probably how Stassi felt when he debuted her signature on his bicep after they'd been broken up for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So
but she has way more
pattern,
ego to be fed. But at least she was like, I do like it a little bit that you've kind of branded yourself,
Yeah. Lots to talk about when he gets away. And then also too, the amount of alcohol that these people consume I just will never, ever, ever not be surprised that they aren't just completely sick all the time, or they're not in stage 4 liver failure. Like these people are so hammered, even in the bouncy house. And then we know that party continues to go on into the night. And it's like, damn. Oh, what is the alcohol budget for Vanderpump Rules?
I don't know, but that's also where I'm like, glad I wasn't being filmed at that age when I was just having parties at people's house also. So
then we get a little bit of a la package. And I don't understand why we have not made this joke where she says there's a lot of prudes for this to be a sexy, unique restaurant. That's a
awesome.
solid joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was great. I can't believe the grapefruiting thing came up. I just saw a girls trip for the first time the other day. I know it's like 7 years old, where they talk about the grapefruiting thing, and then I watched this week.
Thing? Well, maybe the writer of Girls Trip was a VPR fan and borrowed some of because White Girl Wasted is also from Real Housewives of the OC too. That was a very famous scene from that particular franchise as well too. But yeah, no, I thought it was just a Mormon thing.
Katie's
from Utah as well.
Yeah, well, she didn't know anything about it, and Katie wouldn't use the grocery store for a sex shop. Like, you know what? You fucking should. There's all kinds of fun stuff you can do with food if you want to. Like, what do you know about a sex shop anyway?
Like in season 1 and season 2, everybody was making references to how freaking horny and kinky she was.
But we wanted details back then. We were like, I want details on this freaky Katie. Yeah. And we never really got them. And now we're getting this. So I don't know. Maybe Stassi will bring it back out of her.
Hope. So we get Jax's mom. What is Jax's mom's name? Sherry?
Marie.
Mm-hmm. Not too much to do here. I did get some fun snaps of Jax as a child, so I'm going to immediately go to social media to put those on there. But also, I would just like to say, she's talking about how he is ADD and he was always like needing attention and stuff. That's not what we're going to do, Marie. We're not going to blame ADD for sociopathy. Like, let's don't get those two things mixed up. Your son.
Let's not go calling out Marie. She's got enough on her plate.
Well, I mean, she does. But I'm just saying that's one thing we're not going to do. Okay, we're not going to blame this man's pathology on ADHD.
I didn't even take it as her blaming. It's just like, I'm just letting you know how he was as a kid, and I have nothing to do with him as a grown man necessarily.
Well, she probably wouldn't acknowledge that he's full on a sociopath now, but I'm just saying now, knowing what we know and then seeing this scene, I'm like, ooh, that's dangerous, Marie. Abort. from there to a pool party with Sheena's best friend, Jesse. Did you know they were best friends? Sheena and Jesse are best friends.
Yeah,
No?
I mentioned Jesse was making an appearance. Mentioned Ariana was a lot rough to be around this time. Was the phrase I
Well, this was
used.
not what Jack signed up for either. Not only is it a bunch of gay guys, not as many women in bikinis, but also the gay guys are ripped and jacked, and he is feeling a little out of sorts because his winter bod is not competing with these beautiful men. And so, not what he was
n-
super happy about.
Not his winter bod. He blamed it on his relationship. So,
Yes.
throw Brittany under the bus there a little bit also.
For sure. They live in West Hollywood. I imagine every pool
Assume.
party is a gay pool party, right? The scene with Ariana. So this is the kind of shit that we had needed to see all along because, and you are a little guilty of this too, talking about, you know what? Kristen's just in her space and she's just like trying to be cool about it. Like she's just trying to stay away. She just wants to stay away from her. Yeah. Her calling her a piece of shit, disgusting kangaroo pouch, chain smoking piece of shit whore, I think is a more real snapshot of who Ariana is in that context of Kristen
Yeah.
than what the rest of this show led on.
Just airing it out like that. Like, man, there's the door.
Yeah. Well, that's what Sheena said. She was like, Kristen exists and you're still allowed to have fun. And you're still allowed to let us have fun too. You don't got to bring us down into your pit of jackassery.
Why does Peter not know how to change in front of other men? Why doesn't Katie like people's junk flopping around? What's going on with all these people? I have questions for all. And
I want to know what Peter knows about Caligula is what I want to know. Because I was like, okay, all right. Jack's out here with his Shakespeare and Peter out here with his classic history knowledge. Like, I like it. Ancient history.
yeah,
Got this. These folks are
the scenes from
smart.
Caligula I remember had a lot more women in them, but that was just the video I saw. I don't know. I liked understanding that Sarah Palin was in Canada also.
Yeah, well, she could see Russia from her door, so maybe she can also see Canada.
Been a nice because of the past.
Yeah, that and the Trump supporter reference that Ariana played earlier was really good too. And then the CPR lessons, which this I guess is like, have you ever worked at a restaurant that gave CPR or Heimlich lessons? I've never.
Yeah, it didn't go like this, but yeah.
No, but it's a really smart idea. I think it's a good idea to do this because yes, people inevitably choke, but I thought it was a good idea. But Lisa Vanderpump wants to fuck Jax. I have been saying it all along. She got a little bit of an ick with this arrest situation. She wants to fuck him. I even have some footage of her just getting him felt up.
Well, yeah, he wants it too. I mean, he said it, know.
Yeah. Everybody wants to fuck Lisa, but I think if she had to pick, it would be Jax that she did. And then Sheena pitching a fit about her fucking Botox, which I will vouch. You're not supposed to lay horizontal when you have right after you have a Botox. So that is a real thing. But her acting like this about it was just.
She said Botox 47 times in 30 seconds. That was like, got it. You got it. You didn't.
Yeah.
And also stop getting so much Botox.
Yeah,
you're 30.
You're 30 years old. That is also a because the past that like plastic surgery as prestige or as some kind of like wealth marker. We have sort of moved on from that. Like right nowadays, we don't want our cosmetic stuff to be as noticeable, right? Like and I read this article that the mark of really good plastic surgery and really wealthy people who can afford to do it really well is that you don't even notice. Like, but there for a while, starting in and around where the Kardashians started to hit the height of their popularity and they started becoming a lot of tastemakers and people were really modeling like their Instagram situations after them. Having your lips noticeably done, having a noticeable Botox situation was sort of a marker of wealth and clout. So, and we've sort of come away from that on the other way, but
no.
Peter is still on the clock, even at the reunion. He is back there making pump teenies and corralling Jiggy and taking Schnook on a walk. This man doesn't get 1 minute apiece. I don't love the word hole in sex talk. When Lala says something about another hole, like the bile rose in my throat, I just need that to be known.
I'm sorry I
no
brought
more
it
talk
up.
about holes.
That's my bad.
Well, I was just saying because but we did have a quick conversation, both you and Andy, about Jax being the kind of person who,
Yeah.
is
Hole is a hole.
So there it is.
You said it first.
So just going forward, I would like to make a rule that we are not going to, like, I listened to a podcast. This woman does not like the word pussy. And so anytime, instead of saying that, she just says, meow.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like it that much either. I don't mind. Maybe I just don't like the way it has come up more times in this season of Vanderpump Rules than like a whole year on a kitchen line for me at some time, like back in 1999.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. That's really saying something for either
or
the
maybe
kitchen
it's just
line or the
these
show.
folks I don't like. Maybe it's just like I don't like hearing Lisa say it. Now that I've heard Lisa say it a bunch, it's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like to hear Lisa say it at all. Like that does. I just like watching a baby smoke a cigarette. I don't want it. I did like. You're gonna roll your eyes so hard, but I really did like when Jack said that he would choke for Lisa anytime.
Okay.
I really wish that Lisa had said it though. I really wish Lisa had said that she would choke for.
That's a different show altogether. If that's what's happening.
I know. I just wanted it so bad.
Well,
okay,
let's
so that's a wrap.
look for Sunday's fan fiction coming out where the roles are swapped.
Oh, on my Tumblr right now. So that's a wrap for season 4. And we've got hopes and wishes, predictions, then our LVP of the season, and then our chump of the season. Are you prepared to talk?
I'm prepared.
Talk through these.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with hopes and wishes. Like, give me a couple of yours.
I have a ton on both of them. So,
me too, actually. So let's get into it.
Do you want me to just like run down them real quick or?
Well, no, I want to be able to comment on them and express feelings on either one.
Okay.
So one at a time.
I'm going to go kind of as rapid fire as possible.
Okay.
Wishes. Jax and Kristen finally hook up and become a couple. What is the downside?
That's a pipe dream.
What is the possible downside of this?
That's bold.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it for Brittany, but other than that, like, that's all I see for these two.
How about this? Really quick. Sunday has a question.
Yes.
If in this alternate dimension, we do see Jax and Kristen together, who would you pair in the VPR universe? Who would you pair with Brittany? If you could pick anybody for her.
Oh, somebody that's there now. I don't know. Maybe this is where I need some new blood coming in. Because, I'm always wanting new blood at the end of the year. Then I'm going Peter.
Oh, Peter's a good choice. I was going to say Max. Because I think Max
Sarah can't have the boy around him too much. He runs with too wild of a crowd. Peter's going to be that fine line. He can be with them. He can, like, oh, you came all the way from Kentucky and don't have anybody, don't have a shoulder to cry on now. Peter can do that for you. I can do that. We can take care of each other.
Solid choice. That's
Peter and Brittany and Jackson Kristen is how we should enter the next season, and it's great.
Oh my God. Speaking of fan fiction, that's what I want to say. Okay. What else?
We got some of the new folks like our Faith, our Lala, getting more of their own storyline going, not just kind of reacting off of other people.
Jeff?
Yes.
You lost your privileges to ask for new blood when our new blood James turned out to be this.
I'm saying that our existing people like Faith and Lala having a little.
But Faith is still new, right?
These are wishes, correct? This is what I'm wishing for, and you're. I
know, but I'm saying
telling me why I can't have my wishes now.
Yes, I'm saying you've lost your privileges for new blood wishes. Lost them because you
I'm not asking for new blood. I'm talking about existing people on here expanding their role because I want less of some people like the Bubbas. Take it down a notch with the Bubbas. I know we've got a wedding coming up. I'm not excited about it. I assume we have a wedding coming up.
I bet we don't see it in season 5. I don't know. I can't remember, but I bet we don't. I have predictions about that. But yes, but like no more. No, I say no to Faith. I veto Faith. Your wish for Faith.
I don't think, I don't know of any other songs from Charles McMansion, obviously. So let's get a new Sandoval project and let's get Ariana on something else because she needs something. Get her a hobby, her a new hobby or something.
Yeah.
And of course, more real work at Sir. I'm hoping that because of more Stassi, we get more Christina Kelly and a new Sheena Shea song.
Wow. You really
Yep.
got lots of hopes and dreams for these folks. Okay. So I agree with the Sheena Shea song. Definitely agree. Yeah. Or my wish was Ariana gets therapy and meds and is less resentful. So we're aligned in that one.
That's a new hobby. We
Yeah.
got the same. We share that. That can
That's
be.
right. We're
Let me
aligned in that
write
one.
that. This could be therapy.
I hope that Kristen and this Carter, I hope that it's a good relationship and we get to see Kristen in what it looks like in a functional
I
situation.
like
And maybe
that.
since they're new, we'll get to see them at their best because we caught her and Sandoval at the tail end when it was the worst. So like that.
But if
I
you had to
really
bet
want.
on that, what's your likelihood on that?
So I would bet that it was going to fall apart after about 10 episodes. I bet it's going to
Okay,
be
got it.
fine for a few, and then the wheels are going to come off, is what I would
That's
bet.
a solid bet, I think.
Yeah. You're not going to like this, but I hope that Sheena and Shay divorce.
Okay, yeah, that's tough.
He needs out of LA. This man and Sheena
No,
is
I'm with
so
you. I know, and
LA.
he wants it out of
Yeah.
LA. And she, you know what? It
Yeah.
would be a boost. That's material for a song right there.
Yeah. That's
Let
right.
her take it
He could
down
be
a
her
notch.
muse.
Give us a ballad. Give us a pop ballad instead of the club song.
Uh-huh. And I really hope that Brittany gets a little bit more teeth. I think I made this prediction in past seasons about Sheena, and I guess I maybe like over wished, and so
Oh,
it
you got it. You got
gave
some
us
teeth.
yeah,
You wanted Sheena.
yeah. Right, and I hope Brittany stops being so compliant because she's got like the new kid on the block, like the new girl syndrome right now. And so as she gets more and more comfortable with these folks and forms her own friendships, I hope that we see her be a little less nice about it. And then I also just wrote Les James. I want
Of
him off
course,
the
Les
stage.
James.
I don't care for
Yes.
him. Yeah, yeah. So that's mine. So ours overlap a little bit.
I like it. What about, let's get to some of your predictions.
Okay, so this is probably like duh, water is wet, but Stassi's back full time. I bet
Yeah.
we see her. I bet every episode she is really coming in, guns blazing. She's got to earn that money. I also predict that Lala has shed her new girl syndrome and comes in a full heel turn. Like she is bitch on wheels. Fuck you, motherfuckers. How dare you come at me? Come at me, motherfuckers. That's what I predict because she learned a hard lesson about who these women were. Sir.
Yeah.
And this is also water is wet, but Katie's going to be disappointed in Schwartz wedding involvement edition. I think it's going to be a lot of them bickering about how she wants him to make a decision. She wants him to do this. She wants him to do this. And he's going to be just whiny and bitchy about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Peter and Sarah break up, I bet. And Pampered at the Disco have some kind of something to shill. It's their turn, product, app, line,
Okay.
something that they're hawking. I bet that it's their turn. So that's any overlap
I
for
like
you?
it. Yeah, a little overlap. I mean, Lala specifically, I had like predicting we get her dating somebody that's not in the circle, dating somebody out so that gives her a storyline. And it's also like, yeah, I've got to get out of here. I don't need you motherfuckers, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because
I do know how that one turns out though, because of the valley and whatnot, but yeah.
I predict Jax doesn't get arrested this year coming up. I predict no Jax arrest. I don't know why.
That's bold.
I'm
bold.
predicting we get 2 marriages. Last year I predicted an engagement, but no marriage. And this year I'm saying we're getting 2 marriages.
Season 5 is going to be Katie and Schwartz. Their wedding is going to be season 5, you think?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the other, do you predict?
Well, I'm pretty sure I know of one other one that happened. So I'm guessing it happens this year.
Okay.
It involves Jax.
Right. Well, we have a side quest before we get there, so
I'm pretty
put
sure. Like I can't. Okay, I'm not asking.
Okay,
I'm guessing Lisa steps back just a little bit. We get a little less of Lisa.
Okay.
I had James does not improve. Is that worth a prediction?
I mean, improve on what? Existing in the world, being a human.
Yeah, also I predict that Pandy and James will get their heads knocked together, Three Stooges style, and both of their eyes go straight.
Like she can't afford a real surgery, though. Like, come on, we don't need violence to get
I
her,
figured we
her
could.
wonky eye
Hey, I
corrected.
figured we could kill those two birds with 13 stones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That old
for
saying.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I actually have also a breakup. Sheena and Shay is on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right in
I
the middle
wasn't
of
gonna
mine.
predict it, but it's switching. So, what about Ariana and Sandoval? What do you see from
I
from
didn't
that
have any
point?
predictions for them. I only had that they were both. We were getting into new projects for both of them
Okay.
in my wishes. I didn't really have them in my
All right. Well,
predictions.
my LVP and Chump might be controversial, so I'm gonna let you go. Who is your Lisa Vanderpump player of the season?
Lala.
Okay. All
She came
right.
in new. She delivered. I mean, she has got her own feelings about stuff. I think she is calling out people for the right things. I've never seen her start shit for no reason except the very end, and that was a very weird day, which she apologized for sincerely. So I've got no beef with her whatsoever. I mean, and she
If
also is kind of fun, and I hope we get to see a lot more of that. She's funny. I do get some of the attitude gets me a little, yeah, black sin, as you said, in certain ways, but she delivered throughout. I hope we get to see more of her. I mean, she is technically B team kind of on this season. She's not in the main credits or anything like that,
yeah.
but solid. It is what I've been asking for. A great new person to come in, and I have literally no beef with her at all. So that's it.
Okay. Well, this is you're gonna disagree, but I'm gonna make my case. My LVP of the season is Jax because he provided the absolute most watchable moments. His story arc carried this season. Like if he were to have been disappeared,
Does.
if he were to be disappeared, like this season would have been 5 episodes. Like he's the
Bullshit. There's
workhorse.
plenty going on. There's plenty going on. Okay, I'm sorry. I will let you
Mm-mm.
finish.
No, he is the workhorse of season 4. And he, he's just made it the most watchable ever. Like him or hate him, people are tuning in to hate him. People are tuning in to love him, to lust after him, to be grossed out by him, to see what a dummy he is, to see what a Casanova he is, whatever. He's like the mascot. So I stand by my choice.
I'm shocked. I thought you were going to say Stassi because her showing up has stirred up a lot, and we got to see lots of people's feelings on stuff. It spurred a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of things, and a whole lot of folks got
Yeah.
new directions going. So, I mean, I kind of thought that was going to be it. Jax is the, okay.
Well, yeah. So
Getting
Stassi is
awarded for
disqualified.
bad behavior, awarding men for bad behavior
Yes.
award, which is the
Yes.
Lisa Vanderpump award, goes to Sunday.
We are
And,
we're rewarding him for making it watchable, but the chump of the season, okay, my chump, hands down, Ariana. And if I would not have predicted that I would have landed on her at the very beginning of the season, but she has soured me slowly but surely through the entire freaking season. And if she doesn't come back in season 5 better and more healed, I don't know how I can get more down on her. Like, girl, you're gross. And don't act like you're above this. If you're above it, then go somewhere else. Because when you act like you're above it, it makes us feel like we're, as viewers, as participants in the show, whatever, we're less than or we're stupid for liking it when you feel stupid for doing it. So I guess go be a freaking kindergarten teacher then, if this is what you want to do. Because this isn't it.
and I mean, we're just skipping beyond like James, right? Because
Yeah, I think we
the
decided that
worst.
that's kind of like a duh. So, yeah. So James, we can just say permachump. But who is yours for the
Shorty.
season? Yeah,
Shorty.
solid. Solid.
Both of them, I have issues with both of them separately. I have issues with them together. They could not be in the show. Like, hey, if I turn on episode 1 here in a minute, and it's like, actually, Katie and Tom decided to step away, work on some things, whatever it is. I don't hesitate to keep watching. That's for sure. I don't care about what happens to Pucker and Powell. I don't care about any modeling gigs on the side. The two of them don't seem great as a couple. Like, I'm not invested in their relationship. Katie, from what I can tell these days, seems great and cool. So what?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I agree as well too. It's a chore to watch them. And at least with
And I
Jax,
really
at least
liked Katie the first.
he
Yeah.
entertains
I
us.
mean,
Me too.
Jax is a despicable human being in this season, and does some of the worst. Only outdone really by James, and that's close. Like, I think if James doesn't
Yeah.
spit on the door and call her a nasty slut, then we're neck and neck.
That feels like a bit of a reach, but I'll allow it since I vetoed your new blood powers.
That's just a thought. I'm not taking your, yeah.
I'll
Okay, we got it. We could do this for 3 hours off camera also.
Yeah. I am immediately going to go watch season 5, episode 1. It is titled Summer Bodies. So I am interested to see, how it does. So that's immediately. And then, of course, later on in the week, we'll have our recap of it. But like, I am chomping because this reunion was a marathon. I feel like we've been talking about the reunion for weeks. So I'm ready to be done with it. I'm ready to put it in the can.
Yeah, so they get worried about the pool party, and they're like, we got to get fit. We got to show up in shape next year. Nobody's in doubt. The Botox can do a lot, but we got to get the bodies ready ourselves. Yeah. So
we'll see. And so this is 2016 too, right? Mm-hmm. Season 5 is that the culture and the American moment was having a real shift in how we understood each other, like the politics of everything. Right. Deplorableness, if you don't forget. Like, Hillary Clinton was running for president against Trump. Like, what we understood about the American, like, zeitgeist really started to take shape. So I'm very, very interested in to see how that shows up in the episodes. And I mean, we know that Obama mentioned freaking Vanderpump Rules in one of his correspondence dinner speeches. So, like, it's obviously making a moment. And I think this is really going to be interesting. So
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, find us on all of our socials at Take a Pinot, especially if you are watching along with us. I would really, really like to see how you're feeling, especially if you're watching for the first time like Jeff is. That's a really interesting. But if you're also watching for the 100th time like I am, I also want to hear. So Jeff at PinotPod.com, at Take a Pinot Pod at Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want to see all these really cutie patootie pictures of Jax when he was a kid before he was fully realized as a maniac, then go to social media as well, because it's there.
Send me anything at spoilers at Jeff at Pinot Pod. Thanks, everybody.